Hello, my name is Todd. Welcome to the Lyceum Weekly Update number 54 for the week of January 5th, 2014. Happy New Year, hope you celebrated it well and got drunk or didn't get drunk and celebrated with friends or celebrated alone, however you want to celebrate it. And we can get into a brand new year of amazing music, amazing live bands. There is so much to see, and I'll get straight into it. Band of the week this week is Bagster. They are a punk rock ska type of band. They have their nice brass section along with the distorted guitars. They are playing underneath this video, so if you like them, you can click them below, support them, and if you want to see them performing live, they are playing Sunday the 11th at the Newtown Social Club in Newtown. Now, right into launches. Wednesday the 7th, there is a folk rock and roll album launch, and that is happening at the Vanguard in Newtown. It is $15 with Sugar-Fed Leopards from Melbourne. If you didn't think leopards were crazy enough, these have sugar. Then Friday the 9th, there is a gypsy jazz folk album launch at the Annandale Hotel in Annandale, and that is from the Underscore Orchestra from America. As well as an indie punk album launch. It is a free gig. It is also the second last show for a band that is happening at the Lansdowne Hotel in Chippendale. It is the album launch and the second last show for Bored Nothing from Melbourne. Their last show is going to be in Melbourne, so if you want to see them, you would have to get out to this gig. Then Saturday the 10th, there is an alternative rock single launch at the Baldface Stag in Leichhardt. It is $10 with Transients from Melbourne. Then lastly for Saturday and lastly for launches, a hip-hop rap album launch, and that is at Brighton Up Bar in Darlinghurst. It is $10 with High Noon. Now, special gigs, Friday the 9th, are going back to the free indie punk gig, which is the launch as well as the second last show, the Lansdowne Hotel in Chippendale. So it's the last show and the single album launch. It is a single album launch. They're only launching one. That is from Bored Nothing from Melbourne, and supporting them on the night are Deep Space Supergroup and Bear Grylls. There is also going to be a heap of experimental sound rock for the Lunatic Fringe Festival, and that is happening at the Valve Bar in Sydney. It is $10 to get in. You can see acts like Monstrum, Atrabillions, Wizard Bong, Aggro Calm, and FAQ. Then Saturday the 10th, there is Wipeout Festival. It is a whole bunch of folk pop and indie rock starting from 2:30pm at the Mona Vale Hotel in Mona Vale. It is $40, a massive lineup of bands including the Growlers from America, the Walking Who, Sea Legs, the Dandelion, Burn Antares, the Ruminators, the Dinlows, Sons of the Universe, Winston Surfshirt, Jack Yvonne, Whippet, and the Dolphin Show. Really good lineup, especially if you're into that style of music. Also on Saturday is day one of Hardcore vs. Ska weekend. There's 1 day of ska, 1 day of hardcore music, and day one is hardcore punk and metal at the Newtown Social Club in Newtown. You can check out a bunch of awesome bands like Totally Unicorn, Serious Beak, Epics, Dead Town Nothings, and Sorcery. Then lastly for Saturday, SFX, which is at the St. James Hotel in Sydney. They're celebrating their 250th gig, and they're celebrating it with a bunch of hardcore punk and metal like Azure Falls, Okami, and Seasons. Then Sunday the 11th, and lastly for special gigs, is the Hardcore vs. Ska weekend, day 2. This day it is all about the ska punk at Newtown Social Club in Newtown. A bunch of bands like the Cujo Kings from Melbourne, Bagster, Chris Duke and the Royals, and Handball Deathmatch. And now for news. One main news thing this week, I really only caught onto it from an article that came up talking about the band Milk and how they were using the free community spaces for rehearsals as put in place by the Sydney City Council because of the Live Music Task Force. But now I have the list right here, and what you need to do if you're a student in a band or you are a band of students and you want to get some free rehearsal time in community spaces around the city, all you need to do is go to the City of Sydney website, which is linked down there, to go straight to the booking area to book one of these 17 places. You can go to 2 places at Millers Point, there's 2 places at Potts Point, there's 2 places in Redfern, 2 places in Zetland, 2 places in Alexandria, 1 place in St. Peter's, 2 places in Erskineville, 1 place in Camperdown, and 3 places in Glebe. These are all areas that if you're a student you can get some free rehearsal time. You have to book, I believe, 2 weeks in advance in order to get the space to use, but it would be well worth it since most students might not work, you don't have the money to spend on rehearsal time in an actual studio, so this is awesome. It's great that it was put in place. It's great that it will hopefully get views, and it will be a very well put forward implementation of one of the points of the Live's Music Task Force's plan. So that is it for this week. If you want to check out the full gig guide, it is on our website, www.thelyceum.com.au. Everything is linked, events and bands, makes it easier for you to discover something new and a genre that you love. Now for radio things, since this is the first, or technically the second Thursday of the year, but otherwise it would be on New Year's Day, so screw that. I'm going to be on 2SER on Thursday from 10 PM to midnight. On the band next door with Cameron. I'll be on somewhere in between there, but he always puts on a great playlist of local artists, talking about cool gigs I saw in the last month, cool things to look forward to in this next month, all on 107.3 FM, or you can stream to SCR through their website. And also Saturday from 2 PM will be Swar FM 99.9, goes for a couple hours until 4 PM. I'll be talking about gigs more focused in the inner and outer west, or if there is a lack of them due to how early it is in the year, I'll just talk about really cool gigs to go and check out. You'll also be able to hear some more music from Bagster as their stuff will get spun, if that makes sense, because stuff doesn't really get spun anymore since it's so vinyl, so that term doesn't even make sense. It's like how save icons are the floppy disk, but nobody uses floppy disks anymore, so why would anybody know that's just now the save icon? It's not a floppy disk, it's the save icon. But anyway, I will see you next week with another roundup of launches, special gigs, and news. Until then, be good.